They would not like that. No, sir. Not with
No,
pictures.
no.
You ain't catch me over there.
No. It was at Mr.
What's up,
Chow's in the
everybody?
downtown area,
Good
downstairs
morning.
area. Good
Listen,
morning,
we're
everyone.
into a very deep kind of conversation. My wife's like, "Are you on?" Now we are. A deep conversation about some hip hop,
Yeah, some
radio,
hip hop history.
Exactly.
Exciting. 'Cause now this conversation about to get maybe too deep. I'm gonna try not to go too deep because I know
Well,
regionally.
let me just sum up for those of you who didn't know. We were talking about the famous Aaliyah plane crash and how that started. So to sum up what happened after the Al Sharpton dinner, we're sitting in the car. Star turns around and he looks at me and he goes, "We got to do something about this Aaliyah plane crash. It's going to be the biggest story on Monday because she died over the weekend.
Hey, Dipper.
It's going to be the biggest story on Monday." I look up from my paperwork because I'm jotting everything down that we saw at the Al Sharpton thing. And I look up at him and instantaneously I go, "Let's play a plane crash." And he goes, "What?" And I go, "Let's pretend that we have exclusive audio of the actual plane crash." And he goes, "Can you produce it?" I said, "I'll have it in the morning." I got in at 4:00. The producer was Dave Cerisi. We came in, we grabbed a couple of girls from promotions.
Right.
And we got into the studio. We got an old footage of a prop plane going down. He took a stapler and slammed it on the table to make it sound like it was a thud. And the girls in the background screamed at the top of their lungs. And that was the audio. And we produced it. And I called my little brother, Briggs, and I said, "Briggs, whatever you do, wake up. You have to hear this." I walk into the studio and I say, "Star, it's ready to go." It's about 8:50 in the morning. It's near the end of the show. Star goes, "Play it." He plays it in the studio. Miss Jones looks up and goes, "No, we can't play that." Star goes, "I don't know, Miss Jones. Sounds kind of hot. I think we might have to play it." I look at Star and I say this, and this is in Miss Jones's book.
Right.
I look at Star and I say, "We're competing with the big boys. If you want to beat Howard Stern, this is what Howard Stern would do. We have to play it." So by 9:05, Star goes, and I quote, "So Aaliyah died last week," and he points to Miguel Candelaria, and we play the audio. That's all we did.
Right.
We played the audio. Well, gangbusters. It goes nuts. Everybody's calling up the station. They're screaming. They're hollering. We get threatened by Jimmy Henchman. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. So it was pretty insane. But that's all we did. We just played a plane crash. Now everybody says it was because of what we said about Aaliyah. We never said anything. We just said Aaliyah died and we played the plane crash.
Right.
My intention was to say we have exclusive audio of the plane crash.
Right.
But we didn't say that. Star just said, "So Aaliyah died and we played the plane crash," and that was it.
Wow.
I never heard about it, but I'm not from the East Coast, so that's probably why it didn't reach me.
Yeah. Trust me, it would have went viral.
It went viral. I had a friend who was in Dublin, Ireland, who called me the next morning and said, "What did you do?"
Oh,
wow.
And I told him what we did, and he was just like, "Dude, it's like they're talking about it in Ireland."
Wow.
Because it was only 2 days after she died.
Yeah, it was.
But it wasn't
really
to
crazy.
mock her. It was, Howard Stern played a plane crash when John Denver died, and of course, infamously when Selena, Selena died, he played her music with gunshots over it. So this was nothing new.
I remember when Selena died. Yeah, that was.
I don't remember that. I never heard that. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm as a student of radio. That's kind of like I knew that. Now, here's the interesting part about that. People say that it was off color. People said that it was bad. Aaliyah just passed away. I'll tell you two very important facts to know. One, after we played the audio, remember, it's August 27th.
Okay.
Next marking period for the ratings. It was the first time any urban hip hop show had beaten Howard Stern in the ratings ever in the key demo. We were the first ones to do that, to ever beat Howard Stern. The second thing, people failed to realize that when Aaliyah died, it had been 6 months since that album had dropped. The album only sold 180,000 copies. The album was a flop.
Right.
It was after she died that the album went platinum 1 week later after she died. Wow. This is an actual quote from an actual executive at her record label. I will never disclose who said it.
Right.
But this is what they said. They said that album was doing so horrible. I'm surprised we didn't throw her out of a window.
Well,
Wow.
That's how they think about you in the record industry.
Yeah, damn right. I know. That's why I said nobody who can ever tell me anything about the record industry and how virtuous it is. It is a cutthroat, evil, disastrous business.
That's what they all say, even the ones that make it big.
Yep.
Wow. All right. So I got Passy's gonna be coming on in a few seconds, so I'm gonna try a new game. Everybody.
Lord.
Just as a warning. It is a musical game.
As a warning, just as a
The phone on.
You got too much going on, pals.
There you go.
You can't even hear me. Pals.
It's gonna be like 30-second clips. Facebook should not be able to pick up on it, but if they do, you have to come over to YouTube. So because Facebook, once they sense it, like I did it one time, I was playing something within probably like 2 minutes, they shut my whole broadcast down. He said Reese loves games.
Not particularly.
And listen, now that I know some of where he came from, some of this music will fit right into his genre. I'm sure Kaneem should know some of this, aka
we talking about what, early 90s?
Yeah, it's gonna be some hip hop, a little bit of R&B.
See now Reese got the advantage because he didn't seen every album come across his desk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of unfair, but I'm gonna stand on mine. It's gonna be a challenge.
I think you'll be fine.
All right. I'm trying to win. I'm not trying to be fine. I'm trying to win.
The shaping of Kaneem's beard, the work, the grooming.
I'm not gonna lie. That is
let's take a moment. All right.
I think we need to take a moment.
I actually was thinking about making it go dyeing it back all black. What y'all think? What BOL think?
Do not dye your hair.
Keep it like it is.
No, do not dye your hair.
Keep it like it is.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. You look like the West Side Connection's lawyer.
Not the lawyer.
Hey, I ain't even graduated from high school, so I know I ain't gonna be no lawyer.
Stranger things have happened, sir. Stranger things have happened.
All right. So let's see. All right. Can you guys, y'all can hear that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
What did you just play? I didn't hear it.
You said what?
Yeah, I turned my volume down, so I couldn't hear it.
Okay. You can hear that?
A little bit.
All right, I'll turn it up somewhat. I know we need to invest in some headphones, guys. We can get y'all some headphones. Get y'all in the next level, y'all.
Well, I don't even know if I got this new laptop. I don't even think I got.
Oh, you got a new laptop? All right.
Yeah, I was trying to get some, some suggestions from BOL. Didn't nobody say nothing.
I know. I listen.
My said nothing.
Mm-hmm. That's that West Side Connection money. The check clear.
Hey, you gonna stop putting my business in the street? I know that.
All right. Let's see. All right. So I was gonna do 30 seconds. My producer says 15 seconds. So
I can get it in 10.
You get okay.
Wow,
yeah,
that good, huh?
Okay. What are we doing? This is like name that song.
I might do like 10 because if I do too long, y'all catch it. All right. So again, this is the test game. We're gonna try it out. Let's see if I got my first. What's that? Okay. This one is pretty easy. This is low ball. This is low ball right here. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even hear it.
You didn't hear it? Okay, let's. I'm gonna turn me up. I'm gonna be quiet so there won't be an echo.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Got it.
Oh man, tell them again. Oh, dog, I got it on tip of my tongue.
I know Reese got it. I feel like Reese
got it. I already know it.
I was about to say Paul Rice teachers.
In fact, that song has two titles. There was an original title, and then there was the
you know what?
official
You can't have a producer in the game.
I'm not a producer. I'm just
I didn't know how deep you was in.
I'm a former radio host for a hip hop station.
What's the song? Let's get to it.
The song originally was called Live at Union Square. It is famously known as The Bridge Is Over.
The Bridge Is Over.
Okay.
All right.
The bridge is over. The bridge is over.
Yes. I would.
Right.
Then I get shut down.
I give you that. That wasn't 10 seconds, but I give you that.
All right. That was okay. So you ready? Let me move this other way.
That was more like 3 seconds.
All right. Let's see. So 10 seconds. No, I mean 5 seconds. You ready? Mm-hmm. Oh, 10 seconds. Sorry.
Got it.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
Now, what's the name?
Surrounding me every day.
All right. What's the name of the group?
Time.
What's the? Okay. Nice. Okay. Good ones. Good.
I mean, I done sung the whole song for you. You should know.
Only because I
Jeff is laughing because Jeff is laughing in the chat room. Here's why. I do a podcast every morning called Kings in the Morning. The host of Kings in the Morning is none other than Jay King.
Yes.
Who is the leader of Club Nouveau. Yeah. So it's why I know the song. He's one of my good friends.
Yes. Like I said, you can't have a producer playing this game.
I will admit, it's true. AD's got sort of a ringer inside of this competition. So I think I should bow out. I think it's only right.
Recuse yourself.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to recuse myself.
All right, let's get this next one. Let's see.
If you're gonna play a gospel song, then I'm in.
Oh, I got them. Out. You out?
No.
Because I'm lost there. I know the only person I know is I know Shirley. All I know is Kirk Franklin.
That's it.
I don't know one song.
Well, I hear his voice. I know his voice. There you go.
All right, maybe I throw some gospel in there. All right, you ready? 1, 2.
Oh, you know that's Scarface. That's your boy Mind Playing Tricks on him. Go
right. Nice. All right. Let's see. I think I probably picked some of the easiest one. We're gonna get harder next time. Ready?
Yeah. Oh, that's Tupac, California.
Davis Hill. Can you give some other folks a chance? Give some folks a chance.
I told you I was trying to win. Reese already up on about 3.
All right. Let's see. No, let's do this one. All right. This one is hold on. Do that. Do it a little bit. All right. This is R&B. R&B. Ready? He said blink.
No, I don't need no help.
Yeah, caught that.
Did nobody hear it? I still didn't hear it. I ain't hear it.
You a little more? No.
Nah, you got me on that one.
Sorry, man. R&B to me sounds, R&B stands for really boring. So I don't really listen. So I don't listen to it. I'm sorry.
Anybody in the audience know that one? Let's give a little more. That was the part right there.
Oh, that's Lenny Williams.
Nope.
That ain't what.
I can't hear it either, Samantha.
That what? Oh, Jodeci.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like,
if you think you lonely now, and JoJo. Yes. R&B's answer to crack cocaine.
I have a problem with your amplifier.
We got to follow my answer.
Playing it off one of those old school pocket radios.
Yeah,
there you go. If you think you're lonely now, there you go.
They sound the same. I went straight to Lenny, but yeah, they did a cover of it.
Can I say something about KC real quick? I mean, let me just say something about KC. If there's ever a time in life where somebody had way too much confidence, it was KC. How this dude would get on stage or do music videos with his shirt off, showing what could only be described as a bird chest, and think that was sexy. I have no idea. And he'd throw his arms out, and I'm sitting up here going, Jesus Christ, dude, you have like zero fat on you.
Hey, forever my lady. You know what I'm saying?
He said really, Boris? That's rude, sir. All right. Oh,
when you could sing like KT, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I'll give it to you. Like, yeah, that's right.
He was reining them in.
Yes.
All right, next one.
Yes,
Luther could have had
Mary J. Blige must have said, "Listen, I know you'll never be able to carry my groceries, but you got a great voice."
All right, turning it up.
Got it.
Oh, I was about to
love
say,
these girls.
Nobody.
Nothing. I wanted to.
Anybody know it?
Is SWV?
Yes, there you go. There you go.
Who is it? Is it SWV?
Yes. It was.
Okay, all right.
Yes, indeed. The song is right here. Oh, Human Nature. Yes, there you go. Ali in the building. Good morning, sir. Thomas Cotton in the building. Good morning, sir. Let's see, Dr. Rollins. Yes, there you go. There you go.
There it is.
All right.
Man, we all showing our age. Damn.
Yeah, we're not showing our age. We're just showing when music was good.
Look, I'm showing my age because I can't remember any of it.
Wow.
What?
All right. I got something for you, Pastor. I got something for you.
Oh, Lord.
Do we have to play the shy? Do we have to go back to the shy lights for this? No.
Hey, I'll recognize it.
All right, let's go.
Miracles.
Look, I knew that wasn't Lenny Williams before.
hey, same cover though, same song,
Right. All right, this for you, Pastor.
Oh yeah, I know that. Come on. Don't nobody say nothing.
I know it.
Tell it.
Come on.
Oh Lord. I want to say Cameo, but
there you go. Candy from Cameo.
We had to get out.
I got it. I got one. I'm good for the rest of the day.
All right. It's an oldie but goodie classic gospel song.
I'm out.
I got to bow down.
I think it's time for me to grab some coffee.
Yeah, I got mine right here.
Hold on. No. Let's get another one. It didn't work. Let's see. It's so old it won't come up. All right. Let's see. Let's get this one. I did that one. Ooh. All right. Let's see if y'all know this one. This is a challenge. This old one too. All right. And it's sampled by a hip hop artist. So I gave away that clue.
No, there's a whole bunch of samples by hip hop artists.
Right. 100%.
Oh.
What's the song?
Yeah, I'm thinking Biggie, but you want the original. I'm
Pastor's got it.
Juicy Fruit. Yes.
Yeah.
What's the name of the group though, Pastor?
Right. Oh, you know the name, Reese? Oh, shout out to Reese. I never knew the name.
No, M2May. Yeah, I grew up with them. I had to hear that song 1,000 times growing up with my kid because it was the only record that they would play on the radio.
They had a bunch of songs too. Though. It was just that one.
They did.
All right. They did. I'm gonna have to listen to this one because there's an old version, there's a new version. Which one I'm playing? You got to figure it out. All right. Let's see. Oh, went too far. Bring it back. All right. You ready?
Oh, yeah, that's Lauryn Hill right there.
Yeah. I was in the wrong space. It's good. All right. Killing Me Softly. Let's see. Oh, this is a classic right here. Pastor may know this one. Not that far back, but not new at all. Let's see. Here we go.
Got it.
That's all you, Brian. That's all you, Brian. Give it.
I didn't hear it.
Come on now.
I didn't hear it.
Raspberry beret.
Oh.
Come on now.
Yeah. Okay. No, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. You know,
are you guys familiar with Curtis Sliwa?
Nah, who is that? What
Okay,
you got a song?
Curtis Sliwa was the guy who created the Guardian Angels in New York City.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So if you can envision him, he used to walk around with this red
With the
beret
beret
on his head.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So when I was in Boston doing radio, he was my competition. He was on the same time slot I was. Anytime I talked about him, I would play Raspberry Beret.
Take that.
That's why I love that song. He hated it because I would say, it was like, dude, you got to just wear a black beret, dude.
That's hilarious. All right. It's classic hip hop song. I don't know where it stands as artist, but we're gonna play it. Did I hear that? Oh yeah,
Barely.
Need a little more.
That was actually good as a clue,
right?
Barely.
Oh, no.
Sound like Run DMC.
It's not.
Nope.
It's not.
I didn't hear it.
It's the worst
All right,
rapper
let's get one more time. All right.
Worst
Pastor,
rapper
you
to
ready?
ever touch a microphone.
But that's Will Smith?
Nope.
What?
No, he's worse than Will Smith. This is
I
the
can't
worst.
even hear.
There's only one guy who's equally horrible, and that's Vanilla Ice.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's what it was?
No,
Nope.
it wasn't. I said this guy is equally worse.
Oh, Hammer.
There you go.
Yes.
I done get rid of it.
Yes.
I think it's delayed.
Which, by the way, is appropriate with the whole Paul Pelosi story. Thank you for playing Hammer.
Right on time. So when Paul Pelosi come across CNN, they should play Hammer, right?
Y'all so wrong.
Right.
Y'all really need Jesus.
Pump it up.
All right.
Pump it up, home boy.
Let's see.
Do you know what used to make me mad about Hammer? Hammer walked into the gate. Do you remember who he was insulting when he first came out the gate? You guys are all old enough to remember this. Do you remember the
Michael
group that he went after? No. Hammer came out the gate with very, very, like, they weren't popular song, but his first records coming out, his music videos were always attacking Run DMC.
Oh.
That was, and what
was East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah, but I'm like, my thing is like Run DMC was probably one of the most iconic rap groups of all time.
Oh no, the iconic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Hammer coming out with these mock-up, like he would do these music videos with these actors who look like Run DMC, and he would go mocking them. I never understood that.
Nah.
I was like, why go after Run DMC? Like they are like gods to the rap industry.
Right.
And that's why I never liked
But
it.
not to the West Coast back in those days.
Really?
No,
was that what it was?
Well, I didn't live on the West Coast back in them days, but I know in the Southwest, from New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Run DMC was the shit.
Yeah. Wow.
Run DMC was at the top of the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I thought that they sort of crossed all borders, and Run DMC wasn't known for like insulting other rappers or
No, they never really.
You know, they weren't about that. They was like sucker MCs was ambiguous. You know what
Right,
I mean? It's
right.
like, you know what I mean? It's like you didn't know who
Right.
So it just never made sense.
Let's see.
Yeah, I remember I went and seen them in concert, man. Run DMC, LL Cool J, Sheila E, New Edition, everybody. It was all in concert.
Right.
Damn.
Wow.
I'd have left during the Sheila E thing, but you know, New Edition. That's sorry. No offense. No offense. I mean, what's she gonna do? Play Glamorous Night? What's she gonna do? Glamorous Life for 20 minutes?
Hey, the Fat Boys.
It didn't matter.
That Crush Groove tour.
Yes. Oh, that's what it was. That's right. Crush Groove.
Crush Groove.
Crush Groove.
Wow.
Man, yeah. I was all in the building.
Right. All right.
It didn't matter what music Sheila E played.
It didn't matter.
No, back in the 80s, we just wanted to see Sheila E.
Hey, Lisa.
All right.
Yeah,
let's get this next one. This is a classic hip hop. I would say rest in peace, but then they're still on. Give you a clue. Someone gave me a. Oh, let me get Mr. Reparations in the building. Hold on.
There you go.
He heard the music. He was like, I gotta get in.
This might be a little bit his time though.
What we on? Hold on.
All right, here we go. All right. Can you guys say that? Let's turn it up a little bit. Let's go.
Oh, come on. I mean,
really?
Come on, don't say that, Reese, because I know you know that.
I can't. I'm out. I'm completely out.
Cypress. Anyway,
say play it again.
All right, you get a little extra. Anybody?
Scratching from the 80s? This is difficult.
No,
it is from the 80s. It is from the 80s.
From the 80s, yes, indeed. Right. They love some Sheila E. Right.
Thank you.
Biz Marquis.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
You said his name.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Nobody beats the Biz. Yes, nobody beats the Biz. The sons of BB. All right, let's see. Let's get our next one. All right, if you don't know this one, I might have to take your black card. All right.
Damn, there's a black card being taken. Everybody, ante up. Put your black card on the table.
Put the black card on the table. All right, here we go. It's classic.
Come on now.
Everybody got that? Everybody got that one?
Give it to Brian.
Okay,
Who?
listen, I'm going to put $1.
That's the Slicker.
I put $1
$1
that everyone in here is going to get the full group name wrong.
No.
Dougie Fresh.
Right.
And the Get Fresh crew.
And the Get Fresh crew. Yeah.
Oh, come on. Wait. What is with the assist?
hey, Reese, he was gonna leave it off. Reese,
I know he was.
All right, let's see.
That was like the Music City Miracle. Y'all were tossing the ball back to each other so you could throw a touchdown.
All right, this one you might have to dig in the crates a little bit. Reese may know this. Cypress, Kaneem may know this as well. All right, you ready?
I guarantee I know it.
Guarantee? All right.
Yeah, but you gotta give me more than 2 seconds.
Oh. All right. Come on.
I couldn't hear it.
You can hear it.
That's okay. You can play that again.
I like.
That's Nas. It ain't hard to tell.
Yeah.
There you go.
I told you guys I didn't listen to Nas.
What?
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on.
There you go.
Can I take a quick moment?
Please,
I'm sorry, Pastor.
Please
I'm
do.
sorry. What was my apologies, Pastor? With all due respect.
Uh-oh.
What kept you from listening to Nas at all? Was there something?
I just didn't know him, and I think it was the timing.
Oh, okay.
What year did Nas really hit
94.
it off?
Like
94 was Illmatic, and it was probably one of the most played albums in the world because that record deal. Yeah. The record deal was a huge deal. Yeah. But I'll tell you this, Pastor, is an interesting point, which actually makes sense to why you weren't a big fan of his. Do you know what actual quote made Nas famous?
Sleeper is the cousin of
said,
death?
No.
When he snuffed Jesus?
That's right. I went to hell for snuffing Jesus.
Oh, on the barbecue joint.
On the barbecue,
correct.
Yep. I think
every record producer, every record label wanted him for that line. They said they couldn't believe he said it, and that's what actually garnered attention from him.
Right.
Wow.
So I can totally understand, Pastor, why you wouldn't want it. You wouldn't co-sign that.
94 is the year my son was born, and that's when my career in IT was launched. So I was working hard.
Busy working, right?
Yeah. Sitting there listening to all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, 94.
Right.
I think where was I at? St. Louis, Chicago. I was somewhere in a fog.
Yeah, I was in Champaign.
I was in the heart of New York City. I just moved to I moved into Manhattan in 1990. In 1994, I was shopping a demo for a rap group that went nowhere. By the way, the record label told me, and I'm not going to use the language. I'm not going to use the language that they use, but this was a white guy at Warlock Records who said, "You're not slapping enough hoes and killing enough N-words in your demo. So we can't sign you."
That's exactly what I said the other day. We had this conversation. That's exactly what we talked about. What was allowed to be played on the radio versus
no.
That's the record label told me that.
Wow.
Cypress. The truth was, listen about it. In 1994, Cypress.
Here's a man who was on the radio. Cypress. Exactly what I did.
I was working for a record label. I was working for a record label, Warlock Records. I had a demo there trying to get it. This is the absolute truth. And people, you can say what you want, but look this up. You can look it up. It's at your fingertips. In 1994 was the golden era of hip hop going downhill. So groups like, remember what the most popular group was 2 years earlier? Midnight Marauders by A Tribe Called Quest was the biggest album in the world. Groups like The Far Side came out in 1992. Leaders of the New School, which the introduction of Busta Rhymes just a couple of years later.
They were doing it over in Compton too, though.
Exactly. But remember, in 1989 into 1990, gangster rap that was getting no play on radio goes platinum. NWA's first album, goes platinum with no radio play. That's right. Too Short too. But NWA, when that album goes platinum with no radio play because of the advent of sound scan, so this actual scanning of records.
Thank you, Reese, for bringing that up.
Oh, everybody.
No radio went platinum.
That's right. In the East Coast, all of a sudden it went from Black Medallions, No Gold to Bang Bang Shoot 'Em Up, Negro Die Slow.
Right.
Every rapper. Fat Joe went from "You Got a Flow, Joe" to Don Cartagena. Like he was, all of a sudden he was a made mafia guy. So the industry said, look, if these guys could sell records talking about Bang Bang Shoot 'Em Up, Negro Die Slow, and never play a song on the record, let's see if we can get the songs on the radio, because obviously the audience likes it. Next thing you know, Tribe Called Quest gets dropped from Jive. KRS-One can't sell a bean pie to the FOI. It's over for the golden era of rap music, and gangster rap takes over.
And now it's classified as conscious rap.
Don't interrupt him. Let him finish.
No, conscious rap. Conscious rap is dead. In fact, we don't get conscious rap as a marketing tool until 1996, 1997 with Raucous Records. Thank God for guys like Mos Def and Talib Kweli. But they couldn't even get signed to a major record label. They had to go on an independent.
Now, can I ask you a question, Reese?
You wasn't slapping enough hoes or killing enough.
All
right. Exactly can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead,
Now, this is just to give Brian a little perspective. These guys went platinum without even being on the radio, correct?
That's correct.
So the radio had no choice but to put them on the radio because the people were requesting it.
Okay, I see where you're going. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
That's absolutely right.
So that's what I was trying to tell Brian when he brought it up last week. It wasn't that they wasn't slapping up and doing this. The people was requesting it. And when the people won't, you got to play it because the people is what pay you the money.
Yes.
That's valid. That's valid.
Well,
something wrong with the community, what you saying, not the radio.
But no. But I got, what? Mr. Reparations, something actually just clicked in my head, and I remember having this conversation. Me being a purist of hip hop, thinking that hip hop is supposed to be there to tell our stories. Chuck D said it best. Hip hop is the CNN of the streets, right?
Right.
And we lost that when I started talking to young people in the late 90s about why they were listening to this Bang Bang music. I remember this girl telling me that, and it was so profound, but she didn't even mean it to be. She said, when you on the dance floor, you don't be thinking. And I went, oh. And I was like, that makes sense. Because people were think about what Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg were doing. Yeah. They were playing records that sure was talking about all of this gangster stuff, but it was music that people was bobbing to. They were bopping to the dance floor. It had to bounce. So you couldn't be up there saying, I was like, love your mother. Love your father. Love your sister. Love your brother. Go to church. Read a book. It's just you couldn't do it.
Wow.
You know, people wanted that lyricism that talked about stuff that you normally couldn't talk about. And Eazy-E was another person who says, listen, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Sylvester Stallone, these guys make millions of dollars killing hundreds of people on screen. And you say nothing. Absolutely. We start doing it as a Black community, and it's a problem. Now, Eazy-E was right, because he didn't have to play their game. He could have just done good music that people would have loved, but he saw a niche. Hey, if they like it in Arnold Schwarzenegger films, they'll probably love it in rap.
Right. Yeah.
The part that you're missing, the part that you're missing is the systemic approach that says, what do we have here? Mm-hmm. Right? Now we have an opportunity to change the narrative in these communities. If this is what they want, give them what they want. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, there's not enough murder on your album. Mm-hmm. You're not hitting enough people. You're not slinging enough dope. Yeah. Nope. It's got to be harder than that. I'm saying that became the plan. And what happened to our communities after that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, they reflected them. They reflected them.
Right. Life began to imitate art, and it wasn't artistry.
It's so funny you say that, Pastor, because I remember back in the days when people were talking about why they ended up being hustlers and drug dealers. They said because that's what they saw in the inner city. They see a guy driving in a Cadillac. They see a guy driving in an Eldorado. They wanted to be like that guy. Well, obviously, the same would be true in the music business. If you got a hip hop video showing all of this depravity, it's going to influence you just as much as a drug dealer driving the Cadillac.
Which is why a lot of those artists were getting killed on the street, because they were claiming something on the radio that they weren't living in the streets.
Very true.
If y'all could just give me a short answer. So who was it on? The radio or the artist?
Who puts the music out?
Just which one? Just one.
Who puts the music out? You heard Khalid say it went platinum without the radio.
Who you got it on? So you got it on the radio.
I'm always going to say it has to do with the consumer, because I look at cancel culture today as an indicator. I look at cancel culture as an indicator. If the audience rejects it, it makes no money. So the onus is on the purchaser. You know,
That's good. I left them out.
So who says this isn't healthy?
The people.
Okay. Pastor, if I may, I'm going to go into something I've been dreaming about since last night, and I want to have this conversation with you. Truth be told, there is no such thing as a Black monolith or a Black community, and I know that's going to be controversial to say, but that's the reason why you can never eradicate that kind of music in our community. Because
let me digest that for a second. You trying to say that all 42 million Black people are not one?
That's correct. Sorry, we're just not. We don't have the same ideals. We don't remember. We're all regional. You know, I live in Northern Virginia. Somebody with AD, where do you live? You're
I'm in Georgia.
You're in Georgia. So listen, I'll be honest with you. Your concerns as a Black man, some of them may pair with mine, but I don't think all of them do.
Right.
So
listen.
Speak to the connection.
What you're saying is true. There's a perspective that will endorse what you're saying.
Yes.
Because none of us are home.
Understood.
So everything about our identity is based on our community.
That's correct.
And our communities are diverse.
That's correct.
That's the reality. So I get that. I can't trace my heritage the way that I'd like to. Right. So absolutely. I'm going, my livelihood, my lifestyle, my culture is based on what I've been taught, how I was raised.
Right.
That's going to be based on the demographic that I was raised in.
Yes.
Right. Me and AD are both on here. We both share a common goal to have a positive impact on our community.
Right.
My community, my zip code does not match AD's zip code. So when he says my community and I say my community, what are we talking about?
Indeed.
Wait, because what we're talking about, listen to me, is the Black community. The one common thing that we have is the color of our skin. What's common is the oppression that we have suffered. I don't care where you come from. We all suffer the same kind of oppression.
That's what I'm saying.
We are considered something because of the color of our skin. And I don't care what shade you are. If it's not Caucasian, you're going to get lumped into the same basket
Yeah.
Now we can talk about class wars, and I'm willing to have that conversation because class separates communities as well.
Yeah.
Faith separates communities. Religion separates communities.
Sure.
Yeah.
All of those things separate communities. But what I am saying, there is a common ground here.
Yeah. That's why I can't sign off with Reese. We is diverse communities, but one struggle. Many members, one spirit. You feel me?
And I do understand that, but here's where I say the community doesn't exist. And trust me when I tell you folks, I'm not saying this to be controversial. Okay. Mm-hmm. It is not apple cart kicking over or anything like that. There are immutable things about us as Black people that are, I can say, that have correlation.
Okay.
However, with that, our agendas are different based upon our approach. Right.
Absolutely.
Now we can all sit here together and say, look, we need to uplift Black people. But it is important to note that one, we can't do it with leaders. Why? Because people have agendas. Right. Now I'll say that to everybody in this room on this line, Al Sharpton can't be a representative for all of us because some of us are not in tune with Al Sharpton's agenda. Some of us may think that Al Sharpton has a personal agenda.
Right.
Benjamin Crumb can't be the leader for all of us or the lawyer for all of us because he's got agendas. Right. Right. So what I'm saying is that in order for us to move as a community, we must move as a collective, like a board. Right. One mind, one thought, one agenda. That is impossible to do with human beings.
Right.
It's impossible. I don't care what immutable fact you are, but as Black people, we all don't move the same way. We don't shift. We're not a school of fish.
You're right.
I don't want to dismiss it. Like what you're saying makes sense. I gotta sleep on that one a little bit more though.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm saying what he's saying makes sense, but I think I think we have to find the most common denominators. Mm-hmm. And when push comes to shove, and I don't care what walk of life you come from, the system by which we were raised in sees us the same way. Yeah. And it doesn't matter where you come. It doesn't matter what city or state you were born. It doesn't matter whether your father was from Trinidad or from Compton. Doesn't matter.
Pastor, can I ask a question to everyone here real quick? This is something that, again, this has been weighing on me. I've been wanting to talk about this, but just to you gentlemen in particular. When we're talking about this whole moving of us as a collective,
right?
What I can't seem to understand with this conversation is why is there no conversation about the things that all of us connect on instead of all of these other things that have nothing to do with an agenda? In other words, we don't have a problem in our community that we can address as a whole until we know what the problem is. So what I'm about to say to you is going to be controversial.
Spit it out, brother. Spit it out. You got the setup. Spit it out.
If there is systemic racism in our country, it happens where Black people live in mass.
Okay.
Why aren't they attacking the people who are treating them with this systemic racism? Here's my point. Chicago, New York, Los Angeles.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time for me.
Where Black people live in mass is where systemic racism must exist, right? In other words, a large swath of Black people living there.
Metro areas, gotcha.
Okay. Right. Large swaths of Black areas, Atlanta, New York, Chicago, right? These are largely populated African-American communities. They are run by, politically, the party that is aligned with African-Americans. Why not start there? Because
that's fair.
You know what I'm saying is that if there's a systemic racism in your community, it is by people who you align with politically and socially.
That's fair. They need accountability.
I mean,
that's not fair.
Our elected officials don't need to be held accountable.
They do have to be held accountable.
I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that they are blaming
systemic racism is beyond political party.
Actually, no, it isn't.
Yeah, but that's how you get the systemic is through the politics.
That's right.
They hold the law.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Policy.
Listen to what I'm saying. Hear me out.
Okay, hold on. Before you hold on. All right, we're gonna give a few moments in this. I appreciate Reese because I know where you stand.
I didn't mean to go left.
Nah, you good.
Oh, this is great.
You good. You good. But we not. But
your last statement gave an eye opening to the panel because it sounds like Brian is kind of like going the opposite of what me and E was like. That makes sense. Hold your politicians accountable. The policy would change because you're holding the politics. Politics will change.
There are a lot of.
What I'm saying is before you become an elected official.
Hold on one second. I think AD trying to shift gears here a little bit.
No. Sorry. There's like Mr. Cotton said. This this needs to be a whole show. So we will get into it, but I'm not negating. I'm allow you to. It's like the debate. I'm gonna let you say your part. I'm gonna let Reese say his part. Then we're gonna close it out. We're gonna move forward.
Okay.
I want everybody to at least heard a little bit. The thing. I want to cut nobody off.
Here's my point. When we talk about systemic racism, you're talking about the foundation of this country, right? That's beyond politics. That's the reality. It's what this country was built on. The foundation of this country was built on a premise that blacks were inferior to whites.
Built on by politicians, though. What entity is beyond politicians?
Listen, people felt a certain way before they ran for office. What I'm saying is you're born into something. When we talk about systemic race, we've never had an upper hand in the United States of America.
Gotcha.
Politics and no politics.
That's true, but if you think about it, though, those who made the articles that built the country were all white. Now we got people of color in politics that we can change some of those policies now to represent what the country looked like. But you got to hold those accountable locally in your politics or in your line where you are so it can go upward.
To that change.
Instead of it filtering down, let it go up.
Exactly what Reese is talking about.
Well, Pastor, let me say this to you, and this is again go to your point when I say about policy and what Cypress is talking about here is a very important thing to notice. If you know that you won an election by a majority of African Americans in your community, and you know that that community has certain ails that they need addressed, there must be one agenda from the black community that goes to said politician that says, let's say we'll take your line here, that says, listen, this country has always been systemically racist. That has always kept black people beneath that. I need you to address the laws within our state or city or whatever it is. Address those laws that address systemic racism and get rid of them as our elected official, because their job is to represent us. So you are there to represent us. Remove those laws that keep us, in essence, in a subservient and perpetual poverty situation. Do those things. But in order to do that, and this is to bring it back to my earlier point, the reason why I know that there is no quote unquote monolithic black community, no one's ever been able to, because that's, to me, if you want to solve systemic racism, it's agenda, approach, policy. Nobody has ever gone to their elected officials, no matter who they are, from Calvin Meeks to even Barack Obama, and said to them, think about what Barack Obama did. He went on ABC and said he believes that gay marriage should be legal with Robin Roberts. In less than an hour, he had $90 million in his coffers from the gay community. That's all he had to do was say it. He said, I believe that gay marriage should be legal. We've never done that as a community because we've never had one goal to say to that politician, this one needs to do.
That's agenda.
Really?
You ain't sold me on we not one yet, Reese, but I hear what you're saying right now.
Wait, guys. Time out. I love what you just said, man. Here's why I love what you just said, because you're so right and you're validating my point. The point that I'm trying to make is I don't care where you come from. If you go into politics with a black agenda, you won't last very long because of the system that we live in.
Right.
Because when we talk about politics was birthed out of the people who controlled the land.
Right.
They set the rules. So you're coming in here with a black agenda, trying to rewrite the rules that were set by people who did not include you in the room when they set the policies. How many people have tried to change that? Because at some point you hit that brick wall and you are not going to go any further. Why do you think they have so many things in each bill? The reason, if we had one issue, politics is all about making deals.
Right.
But why are there certain, Pastor, why are there certain groups that have been able to look? Dave Chappelle said it famously in that piece, The Closer. And I know it's a comedy special, but there's a lot of soul in what he said.
Right.
Dave Chappelle said, I am jealous of the transgender community is because in such a short amount of time, they have been able to affect policy in
You want to know why? You want to know why?
They give money. They together.
Because of how many politicians that won't confess to what their sexual orientation really is behind closed doors.
I mean, remember, they move as a school of fish. Think about it.
That's because they're in those places.
All right, so hold.
Sorry.
All right. So to that, we're gonna get back into this.
Let's get to the music.
The goal is agenda, and we can all slice that up how we slice it. You know, I mean, my opinion about, you know, at least the transgender and gay community, a lot of what they're after, a lot of those guys were after, you know, guys, gals, whatever, were after was one thing, you know, and then it's the next one thing. And I think a lot of us, we got to get focused on our one thing. So closing this out.
I got questions.
I know. We this whole another hour. Like, so, definitely we're gonna get. Hey, no, I don't want to call nobody.
Let's get to the music, man. I'm ready.
That's my business. So right, so much to say. Right. So we're gonna
we left off on Illmatic.
We're gonna
let's leave off with some 2 Live Crew.
Yeah, there you go. if we ain't one united in 2 Live Crew, I don't know what is.
You know what I mean?
Everybody out there wants us to continue this conversation.
I know they do. Listen, again, I want to just apologize for this.
You do not have to apologize.
Oh, no, you good,
no,
brother.
apologize. No, you ruined the whole agenda today. That's the problem right there. No.
I just wanted to say that since I started listening to the show, and thank you for Jeff for introducing your show to me. You guys have such great conversation. You guys have such great back and forth with your ideas. It's nice to see a show with people with different ideals and ideas, expressing them and doing it not only in a positive way, in a productive way. I believe that every one of these podcasts, when there are many hosts, should always be an exchange of ideas. And I think that's how we get to agendas, is to understand each other. People talk about there's a civil war going on outside. I believe that's nonsense. I believe that that's manufactured. I truly believe that in order for people to get along, they have to at least be willing to not just listen, but to understand, even if you don't agree, but at least go to those first two.
Yeah.
100%.
And for that, you don't owe anybody an apology. Matter of fact, I'm officially welcoming you and inviting you back.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Nah. AD had an agenda. You can't ruin it.
I just took over AD's platform.
That's it.
No, I just wanted to say that because in the days that I've actually been paying attention to you guys, it was like you guys have so many, and I mean, AD, you saw me. I was in the chat room going off.
Right.
I need to get in this. But you've literally ignited that in me, and I love your format. I don't go to a lot of talk shows. I haven't been on a different podcast since for 8 years. So I have my own podcast, but this was one that said I wanted to join it. So I'm very, very glad. I'm very happy and very humbled that you guys invited me, and thank you so much for that.
We appreciate you being here, man.
Appreciate it. All right, Pastor. We get Kaneem. I give him at least 3. You got 3.
Three jokes.
Jesus.
3 jokes.
Come on, 3 jokes. You gotta sign off if you don't want to be there.
No, that's okay. I love dad jokes.
Stuff together today.
Okay.
I put some stuff together today.
Give it to him, Brian. Come on now.
I put it together today. I was going to tell a time traveling joke, but you guys didn't like it.
Wait.
Just got it. I didn't get it.
Oh no, I got it.
I got it. Not bad.
I still don't got it. I still don't got it.
My children would hate me more if I told.
I still don't got it.
I know. I saw that happening.
I still don't got it.
Yeah, just ring the whole joke out, Pastor. Just ring the joke out. There's more.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So did you hear about the guy whose left side was cut off? He's all right now.
They're good because they're horrible, guys.
Yeah, I got that one too quick. Yeah.
What's faster, hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot?
Yeah, hot, because you can catch a cold.
I like that one.
988. If you have anyone you know having a mental health,
why do oranges wear sunscreen?
What?
So they don't peel.
I'm sorry.
My wife told me to stop acting like a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down.
This guy. All right,
okay.
That's good.
He's gonna have to give out his email address so all of the hate mail can go directly to him.
Yeah.
What do you call a pony? What do you call a pony with a sore throat?
Horse.
A little horse.
All right. 988. You or someone you love.
What did the left eye say to the right eye?
Sharon is caring.
Something smells.
We're gonna go.
Hey, on a music note, my favorite album was Outkast Aquemini, just in the spirit of music. 1998.
I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it at all. I couldn't find any Outkast.
It's awesome. DMX first album was number 2.
Okay.
Illmatic number 3.
See, somebody said keep going.
Who said keep going? Who said Facebook to get blocked?
Yeah,
right. I need 988. Right.
I mean, what's your favorite album all time?
Oh man, of all time, probably gonna be Diamonds and Wood by UGK. Then I would probably go with Tupac, All Eyes on Me, and then I would probably the third one. I would probably go with Paid in Full by Eric B. and Rakim.
Wow.
I've never listened to that full album before, but I
What?
Not the full album.
No.
Yeah.
Check out my melody.
It's an okay album.
It's
okay.
What?
I don't care.
I'm gonna check it out.
Greatest album of all time, aforementioned Midnight Marauders by a Tribe Called Quest.
Okay. You guys are not listening to the desires of your listeners.
Yeah, no. We're purposely ignoring them.
Purposely ignoring.
Look at your listeners.
Midnight Marauders, and what next? What's next, Reese?
Midnight Marauders was my favorite album. My second favorite album would probably have to be KRS-One's Sex and Violence.
Wow.
Go back on that one.
Okay.
That's a great. There's a song called.
You know what? I remember one. Why did Humpty Dumpty love autumn?
Why?
Because he had a great fall.
Yeah, that third one, Reese. What you said?
Yeah. I have no idea why. Oh, well, sorry. The third favorite album of all time is The Far Side's Lab Cabin, California.
Let me tell you my third favorite joke. Here's my third favorite joke. What happens when a strawberry gets run over crossing the street?
I'm done. That's it.
Traffic jam.
Hey,
you're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.